Hey there, welcome back to Clover Creek. I'm Mike, and we are here in midsummer working on getting some peanuts. I actually ended up buying another grain cart here. We got 3 hooked together, but it is just a little bit too much for this tractor to pull. Some of the small hills out in the field, it just really struggles with the weight. So I'm actually going to bring it around here and disconnect one of these wagons, probably the Big Little. Just drop it off back here for now. I may just use the pickup truck to pull it around, or maybe the other tractor. But check out the hay. Let's take a look at that real quick. We've got a mess on our hands out here. Ended up following up behind the clover. Had let Stan use the little New Holland windrow rake that we had, and he kind of made a mess out here. It was so thick that the rake just would not get everything turned under. So part of it turned, so he ended up having to buy another tedder, one that folds out, and just ran back over it again. Hopefully it will all turn to hay and we can get this picked up. But let's take a look here at the silo capacity. So we picked up as much grass as we could fit into the silo, and we filled it up. We have 250,000 liters of hay we've already picked up and put into the hay barn, and the silo is full. 1.7 million liters of silage. So you see the money, we're at 152,000. I ended up taking out the loan, the rest of the loan, so we were pegged out at 750,000. And this is why. We desperately need a way to take this grain off to sell. So we picked up this truck and trailer. We have a Mack truck here. And then we have a Tempty grain trailer. So this should help with transporting the grain off to sell. So we're going to start trying to sell some of the clover today and get that going. The guys are on lunch break right now, so they're taking a few minutes to get some lunch in them. And this field here is the peanut field. You can see we've already started around it, done a couple headlands. Take a look at the map here. See, we started working on it and I've already cut our first row down. So a lot of peanuts, getting anywhere from 450 to just over 500 bushels per acre. Insane amounts of yield. The same way with the clover, it was really high. We ended up with, let's take a look at our tablet here. We ended up with, get down here to the clover. Well, we have 14,000, just over 14,000 bushels in the silo. We've taken 2 loads off, so I think we ended up with just over 16,000 bushels. And as far as peanuts, we already have just shy of 10,000 bushels in there. And we have barely scratched the surface on this field. So I feel like it's going to be a really good payout. So I'm going to let the guys finish up their lunch. I'm going to run over here and get this wagon unhooked. One problem that we're having, and I don't know how to solve this right off. I could spend some money, but we end up having to have the combine sitting for a long time while these wagons run back. They are not being efficient. Stan and Ryan working together. We really need another wagon or trailer of some sort to be pulled along. because we need to be able to rotate while one is going to unload. The combine is filling up so fast, and so it ends up having to sit out there and wait for them to make the trip back. Did call the shop and get some measurements on getting the big hopper that goes on top of the combine. So we did pull the combine over here at the doors here on the shed, and then we took some measurements, and it will not fit if we put the big hopper on the top. That would help with our time between each load, but we would not have any way to get it in the shed. So it may be something to look into. May end up looking at another storage option for the combine. We can find something with a little bit higher entryway. We may end up getting that retrofitted and getting the big grain tank on the top. So let's go ahead and hop in the Mac here while the guys are on their lunch break. Let's get the cover open here. And let's go ahead and load up with some Clover. See if we can't take it on down and get some sold. The cows are doing great. We have plenty of food for them. The only thing we don't have is straw, but I can actually buy it over at one of the livestock dealers. So may end up doing that if we need. We're definitely going to need some straw for bedding as winter gets closer. But we'll have to look into that here later on down the road. Let's check and see where we can get the best price for this Clover. Looks like the Stealth Grain Company. So we'll head down that way right now. And let's see if we can get this unloaded. Hopefully, my plan is today, we're going to keep working here on the peanuts. But if the hay changes and becomes dry enough, may switch over to that, but it may be too late in the day when it finally gets dry. I'm not real sure. But we definitely want to get that hay up and sold. That should bring a decent amount of money. Probably going to have to bale it because there's no way we could take that off in the loading wagon. That would take forever. Oop, get back on the road there. Turn off the blinker, old man. I'm all over the road here. I was, whoa, that's a little bit bumpy there. I was trying to hold off on getting a truck and a trailer. I was hoping that maybe we could just take loads with the tractor using the grain wagons, but it's just taking too long and we need those to work in the field. So this way we can go ahead and get started on some selling, and it'll also make the trips much quicker than the tractor. Now this Clover doesn't bring too much, but it will be something here for us to make a little bit of money on. About $15,000 there, so not too bad, not great, but we can make quite a few trips and get that sold. should end up making a pretty decent amount off of that field, especially with selling the hay. We have an awful lot of silage, so I'll probably end up selling some of that as well. I don't think we're going to need that much for the cows this year, so we'll probably sell some of it. Try and pay back most of this loan, if not all of it. So we get back over here to the farm, get the guys set back up for continuing on with the peanuts, and see what we can get accomplished today. Alright, since Stan and Ryan were having a little bit of trouble with these wagons and getting synced up here, I'm going to run the carting for a little bit. Ryan's in the combine, and have Stan actually running some trips down to the grain silos and selling some of the clover. So he should be able to do that, no problems. And Ryan, he's pretty good at operating the combine, so we'll just let him go with that, and I'll just try and do some carting. Should be just about, yep, full now. There comes Stan. We're gonna get back to the silo about the same time. You can see here this wagon's just the two here loaded down. Really, really slow coming out of the field. And when we get on some of these inclines here, it just really drops down to nothing. Need some more horsepower. Not getting a whole lot of wheel slip here. It's just I don't think this tractor just has the oomph to get it moving. I guess I could hook up the quad track to it, the versatile. But the problem will be is, since it takes so long to get back over here to the silo, is Ryan will fill up before I'm able to get these carts unloaded and get back out to the field. Well, at least that's what was happening with him and Stan. So I actually made this one pretty good, but he is almost full. He should be backing out here and giving us a path to pull up beside him here in just a moment. Looks like Stan has another load ready, and he's heading down to get that sold. Well, that's interesting. Ryan did not give me much space there to get beside him. We're going to end up damaging some crops here. We get backed out of his way there. Whoa! Alright, I ended up having to hook up the versatile here. That old Magnum just did not have enough to pull these grain carts. So we're going to go with this tractor. It should have no problems pulling them. Stan is steady selling. I think he is up to have sold over $50,000 worth so far. So that's pretty good. I wonder why did he quit unloading here? Oh, whew. Just cleared him. There's Stan getting another load. Since we were right here at the silo, I'll go ahead and unload these wagons. And we'll head back out to the field here. Making some decent progress. It's after 2 o'clock already. We've been in the field all day so far. I haven't been working these guys too late, trying to let them have a decent work-life balance. So we are trying to just put in an 8-hour day, 9 maybe. Right now we've had good enough weather. It's going to be okay to do. Hopefully it'll hold. If we need to take the peanut harvest into tomorrow, that should be okay. Now I have been talking to the fellow that owns that field over there. It is planted in barley, I believe is what it was. Yeah, it's planted in barley, and wanted to try and pick up a harvesting contract. The guy that owns it actually has a farm quite a ways away, so he'd have to bring all of his equipment in. So I've been trying to talk to him about seeing if we could do the harvest for him, since we're right here at the field. We could do that and then haul off of his grain to sell. So I'm in negotiations. Hopefully we'll pick up that contract. That would be really well, because we could maybe snag some straw off of that field and have that available for the cows. If we can get done with the peanuts before or shortly after the barley is ready to harvest, we may be able to handle that. Alright, we'll let Ryan get up here and make the turn, get filled up on the pass back, and go take another load to the silo. Let's check and see how many bushels. 13,000 bushels already. Looks like we're down to 8,000 bushels of clover, so Stan is working his way through that. He may get it all sold today. We'll just have to see. Alright, we're 4:15 here, so we are going to shut down the peanut picking for today. Going to get this last little bit here unloaded out of the combine and get it in the silo. And then we need to go clean up the cows. They need some food, water, need to be cleaned. So we need to take care of them. I believe Stan has sold the majority of the clover. So he has sold just over $122,000 worth of clover today. So that is very, very good. I'm gonna get this tractor parked up here. go get the combine and go clean up the cows and call it a day. I'm hoping that this hay turns very soon, hopefully overnight. We'll take a look at the weather here. We have sunny skies tomorrow as well, so that should not be a problem. Hopefully we can get that up and sold. So I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you watching. We'll get back to it next time here in Clover Creek.